Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Attorney Sharparali and we're going to discuss about the I-864 form, the poverty guideline. A lot of people are confused about how it works and what you need to look for when you're filing for when you're using that form. If you look at the form, every year it changes. So for this one, I'm using the 2016, the current year poverty guideline. Once you reach 2017, a new one will come. What it does, it calculates how much someone has to make in order to be able to file for a petition, an affidavit of support, the form I-864 for their relative, friends, or etc. So, for example, the rule is 125%. So that means, for example, someone, let's say you're filing for your spouse, that means only two, including you, that makes two persons. So you have to look at it. If you look at the top of the form right now, it's 20,025. Again, this is for 2016. It might change, so each year you have to look at it. So let's say now you're filing, you have a child. Even the child is not an immigrant, and plus you're filing for a spouse, then you have to count it on number three. That means 2 plus 1. That then the 125% is $25,200 gross you have to make every year, and it goes on like that for. And also what needs to be included are people who are basically you have filed before within the past 5 years. For example, let's say you file for your mother and then later you're filing for your spouse. You have to add one more on that as it goes. So let's say you file for a family, you have to also include all of them until it peaks at 8. And then for each additional person, the eight people will be 51,112. Plus if you have a ninth person, you have to add another 5,200, and that's a yearly gross. Now we are looking at your, basically you need to prove that with your check stub, or your paycheck stub, your income. Let's say now you are not, you don't have any income but you have assets in the bank. If that's the case, you have to show 5 times the poverty guidelines. So for example, you have a situation where you have 2 person, you have to multiply it by 5, and from there you should be able to get the exact amount, and it's all mathematics as from there. Something very important, people oftentimes get confused what happens if you're not making it. Well, what you can do, you can add a joint sponsor, and in this case you also have to file the form I-864 again twice, one for the main sponsor and one for the joint sponsor. And if the joint sponsor or the main sponsor is married, you also have to file the I-864A. So it's very important to know how the poverty guidelines work so that you know you make a minimum. Without that, you will not be able to file, for example, for a marriage petition and things like that. Having said that, you can also use the amount from the income of the beneficiary. For example, let's say someone is on H-1B visa, they're making enough income, even you are not making income, you can use that. But beware, you need to know that you cannot use income from a source which is not legal. For example, someone is undocumented, you're filing for them, you cannot use that income, but you can use income from people who are legal and who are actually making money. So it's not very complicated. It's a one-page form, the form I-864P, and you can find it on the USCIS website. I'll put a link to that on the bottom of this video. And any questions, feel free to call our office 510-742-5887. And also anything I'm telling you again is for educational purposes only. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any question. Thank you.